How we doing? Please tell me you can hear me this time. Nah, he can't hear me. I'm not sure why this isn't working, guys. Anybody in the comments want to jump in and see if we have an explanation, maybe some technical support? I'm not sure why Flip's having the difficulties that we're having at this moment, but as long as he's here, happy to be talking about his upcoming fight Friday night. John the Bull Makdessi. We're talking about Tapia Promotions. Felipe Chavez, a brawler, a BKFC vet. I'll tell you, when I first started doing local interviews, AAA MMA, very first event, we got to talk to Felipe Chavez. Tell me you can hear me this time.
I can hear you, buddy. I can finally hear you.
Man, that was like third time's the charm. The engine was trying to kick over. We finally got this car started. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. I'm doing great. Just got out of a quick little mitt session, 10 rounds with my coaches. I'm up at our new gym, King of Kings, Golden Glove Boxing Gym here in Socorro, New Mexico. And I'm doing great, man. I'm excited to get in there and box. Haven't done a boxing fight in a very long time, but I train boxing every day. So it's like kind of my bread and butter, especially being that I'm a BKFC vet. It's boxing just with no gloves.
That's what I wanted to bring up. Is there much of a difference you felt in the sparring? Because we still wear the gloves for the bare knuckles. So does this feel like a continuation of the work that you had been doing to get ready for BKFC?
In a lot of ways, yes. But in some ways, no. They are two different sports. With the big gloves, well, we're wearing 10 ounces. That's not too big. But with some gloves on, I feel like I can throw my full power if I want to, without worrying too much about breaking my hand. When I'm fighting bare knuckle, I learned my first and second fight with BKFC. I learned she can bust your hands up really bad if you don't hit in the right spot, right? But with the gloves on, I'm excited to go in there and actually let my hands fly, throw some real power whenever I want to, when I get the opportunity to. But the boxing, I mean, boxing is it's fun for me, and what it brings to my life and what it brings to my town and to my kids. It's just it's a lifestyle. We have some good stuff going here in my little town that I'm from, that I grew up in. I was gone 23 years and now I'm back home, and it's awesome to be back home. Some of the guys I used to train with before that I fought side by side with are now coaching with me. One of my old coaches that I boxed with for years, Victor Saavedra, him and his kids are in there alongside with my kids. So it's generations and lifestyle, man. And I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough that at my age, 42 years old, I'm still super healthy. God's blessed me with the knowledge and some good genetics to be able to live a good lifestyle where I can stay healthy and I can rehab any injuries and get past them. But I'm coming into this fight with no injuries, man, feeling like a machine.
John Makdessi. Last time I heard of his name, of course, he was going to fight your cousin. It sounded like he was going to be matched up against Diego. Instead, you get this matchup. I'll tell you, one of the very first prediction videos I did when I started trying to get into this industry was the George St. Pierre, Josh Koscheck title fight. That was Makdessi's debut in the UFC. So I followed along with him, and I'm pretty sure you have. So what does it mean to get to go in there and fight a Canadian kickboxing UFC vet that has this kind of resume?
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for me, but hey, I've been in this game a long time myself, and I've trained with some of the best. You talk about St. Pierre, I trained with St. Pierre. You talk about Koscheck, I trained with him. You talk about Diego Sanchez, we're blood. We grew up together, trained our whole lives together. The gyms in New Mexico, the gyms across Albuquerque, gyms across Texas, Las Vegas, Nevada. I get in there and I'll bang with any of those UFC fighters, man. They can all come out here to my state. And like I always say, this is my state. This is my hood. We're some gangster cowboys out here. You want to come bang with us in our high elevation? You come and you get some, and we're gonna bring it.
The last time we saw you fight in bare knuckle, it went the distance.
It did, yeah, yeah. That's the first time in my life I've ever gone the distance. In my pro career. Yeah,
I'm
usually,
like, you didn't go the distance in MMA, but you did it in bare knuckle. That's
yeah,
surprising.
I did, and that hopefully that's the last time I have to go the distance in bare knuckle because the hands, But I honestly feel like, well, I know I could have put that guy to bed earlier, but I wanted to test my cardio at my age, not just sparring in a real life fight. Anybody who's a fighter or who's been studying.
Of course, we finally get the audio from Flip, and then we just totally lose him. I'm guessing he did not put on the do not disturb. I always forget to remind the guests the do not disturb is pivotal. Put your phone on do not disturb, or we might lose you. Someone's going to call, and then you're going to drop. We're going to remove Flip from the stage for just a second. Hopefully, he can get back. The chaos of going live. I'll tell you guys, when I started today out, we were trying to get Jorge Villarreal to come on 6:15. The thought was to have Liana in at 6:30, Flip in at 6:45. Flip's falling out. He can barely hear me. He is back though.
Yeah, I apologize. I was getting a phone call from my.
You didn't put the do not disturb on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, here we are. Where were we at? I apologize for that.
Talking about a guy like Makdessi, a kickboxing veteran, and you have all the UFC film that you're able to study on him. What do you kind of expect from him in this boxing realm? Because a lot of what made him exciting and effective in MMA, a lot of his kicks, a lot of his spinning back techniques. So we're kind of stripping down some of those weapons he was known for. How do you see this playing out in a boxing game where you're a little bit more used to just those two weapons at this point?
Yeah, I've been focusing on a lot of that stuff. I've been studying his footwork. I've been in the game a long time. I've done a lot of Muay Thai kickboxing. I trained with Apollo Sebastian out in Las Vegas. I had one was an 11-time world champion of Thailand. The other one was a 7-time world champion of Thailand. Thai boxers that lived with me and trained at my gym. So I had a lot of opportunities to train with them, spar with them, learn from them. And being that I know kickboxing, there's things that you can do and setups you can use to throw a kickboxer off when kicks aren't allowed. There's natural reflexes, that don't go away when you're just a straight kickboxer or a karate guy. So I got some stuff, I got some tricks up my sleeve that I'm gonna showcase on Friday night. But I know he's coming prepared. He's a 2-time gold medalist Olympian. He's a UFC veteran. He's fought the toughest guys in the world. So this is my chance to get in there and fight someone tough, and that's why I do it. I do this for a challenge. I ain't no bully. I've never been a bully. I've always wanted to fight tough guys. I never want to fight a guy that I know I could whoop on right away. I'm going in there to throw down. I love throwing down. I love competition. He's going to come in good shape. He's going to be strong. He's going to be fast. He's going to have his own little game plan, him and his team, but me and my team are coming with our game plan. So may the best man win. I wish him and his team the best of luck. I hope they have a good visit here in New Mexico. And like always, after I fight somebody, I look forward to going and training with them, and linking up with them and just making a new friend. Just like when I was growing up, usually most of my friends that I had we'd fight each other first. After we fought, we ended up becoming friends most of the time. It's kind of a New Mexico way.
We're talking with Felipe Flip Chavez this Friday night, Canasas Nightclub. He takes on UFC vet John the Bull Makdessi, traditional gloves on boxing match. We've been seeing Flip. You see the logo behind him in BKFC. In just a moment, we're going to have BKFC #1 ranked women's strawweight title contender, the Dr. Sarah Shell, is going to be joining us. We got one last question for Flip before we let him go. I'm sorry that the audio didn't work out and we played so much time trying to get you on here, the craziness of going live. What does it mean? Serene VIP establishment and a chance to perform in this quaint environment in front of your people. What does Friday night mean to you?
Hey, it's an honor. It's a true honor. And everybody knows the Johnny Tapia boys are making their debut. Everybody knows who Johnny Tapia is. He put New Mexico on the map for boxing. He put New Mexico on the map. He's a legend. So it's an honor. I love fighting in front of my state. I love New Mexico. I love Albuquerque, Socorro, Belen, Las Cruces, Santa Fe, all the gente and the good people from New Mexico, and that's what I represent. I want to give a shout out to my kids, my family, my team. I love you guys, my coworkers, my Walmart family. I'm coming in Friday night. I'm coming in to represent and prove to everybody age is just a number. We're coming.
Flip, I appreciate you. We'll see you this weekend. Guys, we will be out there live.